Hey guys, Amanda here, and I am really excited to talk about something that perceiving as a need, right? From people that I'm talking with, people being um, the the clients that I am life coaching, and their perception or their comprehension of what meditation is. And the theme is that they're walking away very disheartened, just based on what they've read in the media and how they understood that, and then how maybe their friend group is describing that and experiencing that and describing it all to them. And so then they're walking away feeling really disheartened because it didn't work for them. And I would argue that it's because they really misunderstood the goal or the working definition, maybe, of meditation from the get go. So, what I hear often is that, if I'm practicing meditation right, then my thoughts should stop, freeze. There should be none. Um, my brain should turn off. It should feel empty. And when you'll see me smiling, because when people say this to me and they're like, so it didn't work for me, sometimes I have to hold back a chuckle because I want to say, yay, you're not dead, right? Like if your brain stops, if you have no thoughts, if it's off, if there's nothing going on, then you're dead. So that's not the goal of meditation. And that's not even, I would say, people who are really benefiting from the practice of meditation wouldn't describe the feeling that way either. So that's kind of a misconception that I think is fairly widely conveyed out there. I hear it often enough that it must be out there somewhere. So then when people, in my case, the patients that I'm seeing as a life coach, are already feeling really controlled by their thoughts, feeling run down by the world, feeling like they are putting in their max effort to tread water to kind of break even in this world. Then when this really fairly widely publicized strategy and method that some people just swear by and they say it changed their life and it's so awesome, also then quote unquote doesn't work for them, um, then it leads to them feeling kind of even more hopeless, or like, gosh, I'm already controlled by my thoughts and this thing that's working for everybody else isn't working for me. And it's almost spiraling, or it's at least feeding a lot of negative self-talk and kind of a negative feedback loop. So I like to describe the goal of meditation and kind of the process of meditation, using a traffic analogy to kind of break the ice, right? And kind of get us more in a mindset of accepting the limits and realities of meditation. So imagine that you are on a 10-lane highway, right? There are exits on the left and the right. There's semi trucks and cars and motorcycles, and there's aggressive drivers, and there's really timid drivers, and uh, there's nice new functional cars, and there's cars that are barely getting down the road, and it's kind of crazy, right? Like you have to watch from all angles, not to mention your blind spots probably in your car, and you're just very on edge, right? You're very alert, having to pay attention to all of this and trying to take it all in. And the uh, technically, legally, the goal of driving is to be looking as far ahead of you as you can, right? But you can barely comprehend like the immediate cars around you. So how the heck are you supposed to see 10, 20 cars out in front of you? Does that sound at all like your brain on a daily basis? Do you ever feel like your brain is a 10-lane highway, right? With all of these different things going on, and you just like can't choose one thing to focus on because then something else is gonna come rear end you from the other end. Okay. So you see, the connection here. Now, going back to the traffic analogy, imagine you're on the 10-lane highway going down the road, and all that traffic comes to a stop. Big, massive 10-lane traffic jam. Movement has stopped, right? Uh, there's nothing to see 10 cars out in front of me. I really only need to be looking at in this example, what might be 15 cars around me. But do you feel any calmer? Does it feel great to be stuck in the middle of a 10-lane traffic jam in a standstill? No. For a lot of us, I don't think it does. I think it actually evokes feelings of either frustration or annoyance or worry, or the list goes on and on, but they're not usually very pleasant feelings that are coming up here. All right, and that's what we're setting our sights on. That's what, when we expect meditation to stop all of our thoughts and to shut it all down, that's essentially what we're pursuing there, guys, is a 10-lane traffic jam. I haven't done anything, or I haven't created a safe space for myself amongst all of that traffic and chaos. It's all still there. Now I'm just stuck in it, and I'm completely out of control. Just like we have no control over traffic, and if I were in a 10-lane traffic jam. Similarly, I have now accidentally, purposefully put myself in a position where I have next to no control, or I feel like I have next to no control over my thoughts. I just feel stuck with them. So the working goal of meditation is actually to take those 10 lanes of crazy traffic and one by one start narrowing. So maybe I go from 10 lanes to 9 lanes. If I'm in the middle, it still doesn't seem like a lot, but it's something. All right, down to 8 lanes. Down to 8 lanes, and all the exits are reassuredly on one side. So now we've got less people like trying to cross through the middle here, right? Down to 7. Down to 6, and semis are limited to the right 4 lanes. You see how it's super slow, quote unquote, but we're slowly and procedurally and sensibly, I roll my eyes, sensibly, one would argue that is sensible, a sensible way to manage traffic, sensibly narrowing the chaos down to, okay, if when we get down to 4 lanes, I mean, that's still really overwhelming for some people, but I can probably see both sides of the highway at that point. When there's 10 lanes there, what the heck? I can't even probably see one end or the other. Okay, so all the way down, meditation, the goal of meditation is that we really slowly and procedurally take that 10-lane highway, go all the way down to 1 lane, and not one bumper to bumper, road ragey, construction-y lane, but one calm, considerate, nice wide lane where there's no construction. It just is 1 lane, and there's nobody tailgating me, and I don't feel the need to tailgate anybody else. I'm just traveling down the road. Maybe even with, so maybe like an advanced version of that once we get good at getting down to the 1-lane road, then um, then maybe I feel like I don't really have anywhere to go. I'm just on this 1-lane road, and I'll get to my destination eventually. Like, I'm going in the right direction. I just don't have anywhere specific, or a specific time maybe to be there by. And then the next step, so even like the more advanced version of that, would be that I just am on this road, and it's not even that I have a destination down this direction. But I don't have 9 lanes plus craziness to worry about. I don't even have the 1 lane to worry about. I just have me and my space and my bubble to worry about. that analogy of being a car on a one-lane road without any place to go is representative of a place in your mind where you are safe, where you don't have to be alert and worried and wondering, where you can just be in your mind. And that is, at the very least, the direction, if not the goal, of meditation. If meditation is kind of a concept that you're interested in learning more about, and if you enjoyed my traffic jam analogy here, stay tuned to this channel, and I have a follow-up planned on how emergency vehicles play a role in this traffic jam analogy. I think it's really helpful. If some of the more motivational and kind of survival brain pieces are what resonated with you in this video, then I especially encourage you, but I encourage everyone to go down under the video, grab the free downloads that are down there. Thanks so much for tuning in today, and I look forward to seeing you subscribe, seeing your comments, and hearing from you in the future. Have a great day, guys.